Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steven. I just want to make a video, and didn't get a chance. Make a video yet today. This is my first video of today. Maybe yesterday, of course. I had a few subjects I want to make. Yesterday we talked about a few things. I covered a few things about medical. Today I want to cover a little bit about sleep problems. If you have insomnia problems or anything like that, what pills are good. It just depends on the person, number one. Okay, you can't always just take whatever sounds good, to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sense out of it. The doctor's got to make sense out of it, actually, and you got to make the patient's got to make sense out of it. The doctor might prescribe a drug that may not be good for you, number one. So you as a patient are the ones that know best. That's the truth, and that's what I'm sticking to also. Okay. Restoril is a very good medication for sleep. You take it right before bedtime, about 30 minutes or so before bedtime. Good time to take it. Don't eat a lot of food before you go to bed, don't even eat because you have heartburn anyway. You have to take Prevacid otherwise, and then you don't want to counteract that. Okay, so what you do is, another name for Restoril is temazepam. Okay, if you've got the PAM in there, see? And what that is, they're all related to benzodiazepines, just like Xanax. But the only difference is between, you do not want to take a Restoril just because you have a panic attack. Let's get that clear. Because Restoril is only for sleep, like Ambien is. Ambien is not a benzo though. It's a non-benzo hypnotic also drug, which people have complained about that drug of sleepwalking. Believe this or not, sleepwalking and jumping curbs. I've heard of opening the refrigerator up and making food and going loony bins. I'm not trying to put anybody down or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. Anybody out there taking Ambien, don't think I'm going loony on you or anything by putting the drug down. If you're supposed to take it, take it. Okay, if your doctor tells you to take it, take what works for you, though. Don't just take it just I'm telling you to. Listen to your doctor. You should listen to your body. Number one, we ever covered that. Okay. I think you should listen to your body. That's my truthful opinion, and everything. Okay, the reason why I was talking about Heather Locklear earlier is because, somebody said she was something, we had a misinterpretation on something. Somebody said it was something like she passed away or something like that, so I was asking her what happened to her. So I looked it up and everything, and she's fine. It looks like she's fine. Where she was talking about Farrah Fawcett. We're mixed up between two people. So I had to clear that up. That's a different subject, nothing to do with medical. But she was sick for a while in the hospital. She has anxiety problems. This was Heather Locklear, but she has a very pretty daughter. Anyway, very pretty herself too for her age. Yes, temazepam can go up to 15 milligrams, 30 milligrams. Okay, the yellow ones are really, really good for sleep. They will help you really rest. Okay, and there's no explanation, like I've told you before. Okay. I can go through a lot of muscle relaxers. They're very good. Okay, Valium was a very good muscle relaxer one time. Good for anxiety. It's in the benzo family again. Here we go again. Benzodiazepine. Valium is a classical drug. Okay, most doctors don't like to give it to you because the DEA and the drug enforcement agents, it's the same thing. They try to pinpoint you on, narcotics and Controlled Substance Act. Okay, that's the law. Stupid, laws they come up with. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. It's good for the good and bad for the bad. It's bad and good. I'm saying people that need it, they need it. But the ones that want to abuse it, it makes it hard for the people that need it. You see, and that's like Florida. The people that were giving out drugs in Florida, South Florida, they weren't even doctors, for Christ's sakes. Okay, that's what the problem is in South Florida. It's not a physician. It's a physician that uses a license number that comes out of retirement. See, you use a DEA license number, and then they use the number, and they're doctors, and then they write abundance of pills, and then You know, they don't get caught that way. Then they change numbers every once in a while, so that way it doesn't go in the same name or the same registration DEA number, whatever you want to call it. Every time we write a prescription, you put the number on there, right? Okay, let's say you have dead doctors, something like that. They don't check. Confidentiality is very important to a dead doctor. Anybody's dead. Okay, don't check on the records like that. You can use one that's out of retirement or one that's, they don't even know they're being used. I mean, let's say I had a doctor that was he's retired and he don't even know his name's been used. Okay, he finds out, but 10 years from now, let's say he found out 10 years from now that he had a bunch of volumes, okay, that was written, okay, and it had a signature, somehow got a signature on there from the past, but it wasn't his, you see, because he retired. And then he comes to find out that they have to investigate him because the cops got their stupid investigation, their investigation. They find out, he's not responsible. It was somebody else that did it. It wasn't me. Okay, so they go through all that bullshit. Then naturally they go to the mayor, they go to the big shot, and then they outlaw something that don't need to be outlawed in the first place. And you already know it's a multi-billion-dollar business. I mean, okay, I'm going to get on the subject right now. I'm going to jump from Restoril to OxyContin. Okay, real fast. Okay, I know there's a lot of people against OxyContin because of past relatives. The only reason people die of OxyContin is because they abuse it. Okay, people, if they take too much of something, you could die of Prozac. Okay, you could die of Lexapro. You could die of Zoloft. You could die of Paxil. You could die of temazepam. You could die of too much stuff. Diprofan. That's a very good one. That's what Michael Jackson died of. He didn't die of Valium. He didn't die of temazepam, guys. He died of maybe a combination of lorazepam. That's Ativan, I believe. Ativan. Just say Ativan. Fans sound like the shoes. Feet or something. But anyway, that's a good one for Lori. Feet. Get it? She likes it. We talk about it down there. I joke around with her all the time. Always pull her leg. You know what I mean? Pulling her leg. Pull her real good too. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. If you see this lower tab. Whoops. I'm not supposed to be saying that because something happened just recently with her. But anyway, Lori, I meant be good. That's all I'm saying. Don't abuse it. Don't, if you have to take it, take it. Just be freaking good, okay? Don't do nothing stupid or anything, okay? Because people can really play with their heart sometimes and make you go all over living on the edge, just like Aerosmith made that song. It's a damn good song, don't get me wrong. Aerosmith made a good song. Living on the edge. A lot of people live on the edge every morning. I live on the edge of my bed. Every time I wake up, I'm on the edge of my bed. It's like, how the fuck I get over here? Yeah. Turn on TV set. Yeah, living on the edge, I fell off my bed before too. When I was sitting there kicking it. I thought I was just living. It was weird. I had a weird dream. It was a good dream though, nice dream. But also I woke up and I rolled over. I thought I was gonna roll over on top of something, and it ended up being that freaking goddamn floor. And I was on the goddamn floor and said, what the hell did I just do? I'm on the floor now. I wasn't on no drugs either. That's the funnier part about it. I wasn't doing drugs and nothing like that. I wasn't drinking no alcohol either. I mean, there was a time when I was drinking alcohol and doing, I was drinking some alcohol and having a good time. There was some whiskey and some, that turned me on. And that was I had a good time. I like drinking a little shot here and there, Malibu and you name it. But that's good shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really did like it very much. But okay, let's get to the point. Demerol, all that stuff is very good stuff. See, Tylenol is the most deadly drug in the world out there. My opinion, because it toxifies the liver fast. If you ever take a look at Demerol, okay, let's be realistic here. Okay, Loratab, sorry, Lori, don't think that. Okay, Vicodin can be a little bit harder on liver, maybe. Okay, yeah, it's Loratab. Okay, listen, Tylenol, 4,000 milligrams, okay, per day. I've been through this before. Is bad for your liver. Okay, alcohol, too much alcohol is toxic. Uric acid builds up, bad for the liver. Okay, but if you look at your narcotics, I would guarantee Tylenol with codeine, as long as you don't take too much of it. Okay, the Tylenol is base setting for liver failure, but narcotics is not. You don't get, okay, you don't die from a narcotic unless you get respiratory failure or too much narcotics. You can take safe amount of narcotics, they're natural, good, calming effect. It relaxes you. Morphine. Morphine's very good. In fact, morphine is a derivative of heroin. It goes into heroin, but actually heroin is, morphine, they say it's safer than heroin, but they all say they all connect, okay? But if we close down morphine, they're going to get heroin, something worse to shoot in your arm, and it works so much faster, and they would go out of business. All these companies, okay, all the pharmaceutical reps, yes, would go out of business. All the companies would go out of business. Multi-trillion dollars, man, business would go down. Do you know how much it would go down? You think there's no jobs now? If they outlawed OxyContin, okay, guys, I'm just going to tell you a little secret. If you outlawed OxyContin, do you know how much trouble we'd be in? Do you know how many fires would start all over the world? There'd be fires, fires all over California. There'd be fires all over Florida. There'd be fires, they're probably having trouble now for all we know. There'd be more terrorist attacks and everything else. The war is over drugs, guys, not just because over race or nationality. It don't matter if you're black or white, as far as I'm concerned, okay? It matters about the dope, the drugs that were coming in, okay? Illicit or not, or straight, okay? They can be very helpful. Okay, Oxycontin under supervision can be very helpful, guys. I believe that if you take it right, it works right. Just don't be, caught being abusive towards it. You could abuse anything. I abuse Coke, guys. I abuse Coke every fucking day. Right here, my little baby right here. Coca-Cola. Okay. You put this stuff on battery acid, what does it do? Not battery acid, a battery. It'd take the battery acid right off the top of it. Now, tell me what's more dangerous, OxyContin or Coke? It's tearing my stomach up, right? I think the Coke is a little bit more dangerous than OxyContin is. OxyContin, in high doses, depends on the person of that heart. Yes, I agree. Certain cases, okay? But what is the biggest money making in the world? Codeine also works very good. Okay, that's more potent than any of them are. Nobody knows that, though. Nobody pays attention to that word, codeine. Okay, codeine, it can be, I'm going to have to make a part 2, it looks like, of this, because this is running out pretty soon here, quickly, shortly. If I get cut off, you know what happens. So, in about less than a minute, I'll be probably cut off in a second here. I love internal medicine. I studied it for a long time, like I said, and I've got into it ever since I've saved my mom's life. I've got into medical, and that's all I ever know is medical, and besides Aikido and karate. But I know the body. I like learning the body. I like learning anatomy and mathematics and all of this stuff. It's fancy stuff, and it's nice to know stuff. It's nice to know what you put in your body too, because if you don't know what you put in your body, you're one step closer to your death yourself and knocking on heaven's door or whatever else's door. I don't want to say door number 2, but have faith. That's the main thing. And God bless everyone out there. This is not intended for illicit use or anything like that to tell people to do right from wrong. Okay, I'm going to make a number 2 of this, okay? I'm going to go ahead and shut this off now, and I will make a number 2. So I'll see you in a short time. You all have a blessed one. God bless, and take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. As a nation, we're coming together, okay? I know a way to make some money for the United States, too, also. I'll be back just a little while. Okay, I'll talk to you a little bit.